Aliens and UFO sightings have been one of the many mysteries that we've grappled with throughout our time here on Earth. Although interesting, many UFO sightings have been debunked by skeptics with very logical explanations for why they were reported. However, this story here, known as the Ariel School UFO Incident, is one of the most compelling cases of a UFO or alien sighting I've ever come across. On September 16, 1994, in the region of Ruwa, Zimbabwe, 62 children between the ages of 6 and 12 were out playing on their school playground for mid-morning break. The adult staff were busy having a meeting, and so as such, the children were unsupervised at this time. This is the generally shared testimony of what happened that day on the playground. Students claimed they noticed a few silver disc-like structures floating in the sky, two of which disappeared. The remaining disc flew to a hill which was just out of bounds of the school playground among some trees. The children went to investigate what this strange object was, and so walked over to the area that they saw it land. What they saw next would change their lives forever. The same UFO which was floating in the sky had landed, and at least two dark figures emerged from the structure and began to approach the children. Many began to flee at this point, but some, mostly older children, stayed during this encounter. They claimed that these beings were very skinny with large rugby ball shaped black eyes. Once these entities reached the children, it was said that they began telepathically communicating to them with horrific visions of the future being a dystopia due to humans' mismanagement of technology and resources. Reportedly, this event lasted 15 minutes before the beings left the area and disappeared. But isn't the obvious answer that these children just made up this story together? It would have been, but the way that all of these children describe these events does not make it sound fabricated. Upon recess ending, many of the children were crying and clearly shaken up by something. Teachers dismissed the students' claims shortly after the break. However, children shared their experiences with their parents upon returning home that night, warranting parents to come with their kids to school the next day to investigate. In the interviews after with children, they all have generally consistent stories on what happened, with some small details differing between them. When seeing footage of these interviews, it doesn't seem obvious that the children are lying, and psychologists looking at the case don't see obvious signs of dishonesty that children usually show. The school's headmaster also asked the child witnesses to draw what they saw, and all of them came back with similar looking images of a silver structure, sometimes with the earlier described dark figures standing nearby. Also, many of the children, being from different backgrounds, did not even believe that these beings were extraterrestrial in nature, but that they were tokoloshes, creatures found in local folklore. There have been recent documentaries in which former children on the playground that day still maintain their recount of what happened and what they experienced. It would be strange for a lie to go on for this long into adulthood, especially now that the former children are now living away from one another in different countries. Overall, only the children really know what they experienced that day, and it is difficult to confirm the real truth of what happened. But it is very interesting, and judging by how the children act, the number of them telling the same story, and that now grown up they maintain what they saw, it does make one question what really is out there. That'll do for today, and let me know what you think of this incident and whether you have seen something strange and unexplained in the sky. See you on the next one.